Hi, welcome back to our Inventor series. Now, this time we're going to look at something a little different than we have. We've already drawn our part, and in this case it's actually our axle support plate or piece. Now, the trick with it is this. Say I want to change some of my geometry, or like I want this fillet to be different, or I want that fillet to be different, or I want this hole to be deeper or wider. This is our design or browser tree, our tech tree. Now our tech tree allows us to do a few things. One of them, we can go in on it and we can actually change the properties of the parts. I can actually go in and physically tell the part to be something different. In our case, let's say I wanted it to be glass. Now that's a little crazy, but yeah, it's doable. So I just click on it, boom, now it's a glass part. Makes it really hard to see. So let's change that back and go back in here to our properties. Let's try something different. In this reality, this thing wouldn't be that. It'd be probably something like, carbon steel, to be honest with you. So I'm going to go with carbon steel, apply that, and go, okay, now there he is again. Now, so there's my tech tree in the essence. I can go in and I can edit the pieces globally. Now, one of the things I can also do is, notice how I got these different extrusions here, and if I hold it over it, it shows me the extrusion that was my first piece, or my base of this. There's my second piece of this. If I hold it, there's my fillets that created those rounded corners. There's my hole tool. There's my extrusion that created the back, and then there's my other fillet that created all those right there. So if I want to change any of those, I can literally go right click on it, and I can go in here and say edit the feature or edit the sketch if I want to. Now in this case I'm going to click on edit the feature. Now it's going to pull up my fillet menu again just like before, so I'm just going to roll it out so you can see the whole thing. Now, I've got an 1/8 inch fillet on this whole thing. So let's say I want to do something different. Let's say we want to take that to, let's go 1/16 of an inch. So 0.0625. Look how it previews it. It'll do it. Boom. There. It applied it to the whole part. I edited the feature without having to redraw it all. Reselect everything. In my case, I still want it the way it was. But let's try something a little different. See our first extrusion right here? Let's say I want to edit the sketch there, so I can right click on that and say edit the sketch. Now, let's say instead of being 2.375, I want that dimension right there to be 5.375 inches. So I just extended this whole piece by 3 inches. If I go finish the sketch, watch what's going to happen. It just stretched my entire part in one go. That is my tech tree. That allows me to do that. Okay, I can go in and add things. I can edit features right in there, right where I want them to be. I can change, if I wanted this extrusion right here to be edited, I can go in here and say, okay, well, let's say I want that, edit the sketch, to be, instead of the 0.375, and that's really what I want it to be, because if I change that, it's going to change my whole sketch up here. So we'll leave that one alone. So we'll finish that sketch and not change it. But let's say, okay, I need to fix my other sketch. So let's go back in here and edit my first sketch again. So I want this number, instead of being 0.375, to be, let's pull my part up here, let's make that a half. Let's do it on both sides. Now if I close that sketch and go back here, it's going to move that up. Then I can come down here on my other sketch, edit this sketch, and tell this to be 0.5. and close that sketch, and that's going to make that all thicker. That's really all it is. We can edit the sketch. We can change everything we want using our modeling tools over here. One of the other notes on it is if I say I need to draw on a plane that I can't actually grab real quick because everything's non-linear to it, like say even this surface wasn't, I could actually come over here and say I want to draw on my YZ plane, and then if I create sketch, it's going to turn me flat to that plane. I can draw right on it. No problem there. Now, one thing you do need to know is if I complete a sketch and I don't use it, or I don't consume it with a feature, I can actually go in and delete that sketch and it will not bother my part at all. Now, that's all we need for right now on this one. Thank you for your time. See you.